Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to our Lunch and Learn today. We're recording this session for those who weren't able to make it. Thank you once again for taking the time out of your busy day. We definitely know you're going to find this beneficial on how you can separate yourself and differentiate yourself professionally in the very crowded marketplace today. What we're going to do is introduce you to a new certification program for AI, similar to Scrum, PMP, and SAFe certifications. What this does is certifies you as a transformation expert using your existing knowledge, skills, demonstrated abilities, but applying it for AI. Now, to start, the first thing I wanted to do is just tell you a little bit about myself. Um, for years, I've worked inside of or with Fortune 500 companies, helping them really work their goals into measurable realities. And first, I started off doing this by transitioning work when I worked at Northwestern Mutual from waterfall to Scrum to Agile. And then we went through the customer-centric lens of product, and I know many of you did that. And then overall, like digital transformation. Now, we know each of these was a different transformation that had a different framework. But if you've tried to use these with AI today, you've realized that the rules have really changed. I see countless projects that are failing right now at Home Depot. We have great data scientists, but it's the same path. They work on a model, accuracy is high, results are great, but once again, it stalls when we're trying to get it into production and to really realize that value. I experienced this broken process firsthand just about 9 months ago. We had a high value initiative that was sponsored from the very top, SLT. Um, and what happened is I call this the optimization trap. The model was constantly in this state of improvement, but without a clear success metric defined of when we could go to production. We just kept going through each iteration that was adding less and less value, but making the model more accurate, but it was consuming more and more resources and time. And at the end, we had this high precision model, but by the time it was ready and handed over, the business unit shifted. We abandoned the project and moved on to the next most important thing that was being sponsored once again by our SLT. Zero value ended up being for the company for those 9 months. And this lesson taught me that really the failure of AI that we're seeing today, we're seeing up to 80% of AI initiatives not making it into production, is really that it's not a failure of the data science or the model of itself. It's really a failure of the life cycle process. And today we're going to show you the framework that I've developed and how this can help you as a blueprint to go into your current engagements, use this blueprint to create a roadmap, and then leverage our 12-week playbook. So just to continue on, the company is Data as a Product. We've been around since 2022, producing learnings around data product management, AI product management, and now we have our flagship offering, the Applied AI Framework. And the vision of our company is a world where AI enhances the daily interactions and experiences of everyone. And in order to do that, we believe that we need to have the right people, which are you, the methodologies, which is the framework, and then the tools, which are the different worksheets and things that we're going to teach you in the course to build integrated AI products. Now, one of the things we want to do also is just take a minute to talk about the AI landscape today. If you went to the Microsoft AI conference or you go to other conferences, you'll see AI is broken down into a couple of different general categories. First, we have our individual productivity tools where we have our chat GPTs of the world, Geminis. These are really things that you just interact with on your own. They can help you in product management and scaling and enormously writing requirements. That's not what the framework is for. So those are personal productivity tools. What you'll see now is a rise of collaborative AI assistants, such as in Figma and Miro. You're able to type in and work as a team collaboratively on prototypes or diagrams with Gen AI helping you. Or even with coding, we see We see GitHub Copilot being able to handle 30–40% of the code being generated. In fact, at the Home Depot today, on my team, all of the code that's written goes through a Gen AI grading system before it goes through code review by the managers. What the framework focuses on is the integrated AI products. These are products that are integrated into the systems and software products that are used, such things as propensity scores, maybe a health fitness score, financial fitness score, whether there's a fraud model. That's what the framework was designed for. So for the applied AI framework, there's the tools that we have. So first we have a playbook, which gives you as a consultant a structured iterative approach and the tools needed to go into an engagement with one of your clients and go through the different pillars of first visioning with them on taking all of their items of what they could do, and then putting them into categories and helping them prioritize with the applied AI impact matrix. Then from there, the envision pillar, you're going to go on to the evaluate, where you're going to actually take and test each of those, test an AI initiative to find out if it can really deliver the value that's expected. And for there, we go to the execute pillar. In the execute pillar, this is where we push it into MLOps pipeline and then have it in production and monitor it for, we keep it monitored and automatic retraining. Now we have an applied AI operating model, which has 4 key roles. First is our AI leadership. That's the team that's going to be overseeing the strategy, governance, and alignment. They're the ones who are going to be picking which are the highest priority bets that they want to make. Also, they're going to be spending time on building out that AI testing platform and researching new technologies and new model types as they're coming. It's a flip of where we were with traditional software development. Once we develop something, we put it in KTLO 10, 15, 20% of the time. Today with AI, it's flipped. We spend 30 to 50% of the time on my teams dedicated to doing R&D on new AI tools and new AI functionality. And then we take those use cases and align them to what we're working on. And from there, we pass it down to the data scientist who's doing the product design, our engineering lead who's determining what it's going to take to get that into production, and then our product managers who are working on business viability, prioritization, and delivery. So once again, we mentioned the pillars that we have. We have envision, explore, and execute. When we go through the class, the one-day class, we're going to go through our playbook that's going to show you as a consultant how exactly to go in and use this playbook in your engagements to make sure you can have a repeatable and measurable outcomes. And so the program consultant certification is really an augmentation and a validation of your existing experience. It's going to show that you're specialized in applied AI methodologies and governance frameworks. It's really going to validate your competency in this area. So what it's going to do is it's going to take your existing, whether it's PMP, Scrum Advanced Practitioner, Scaled Agile, SPC, SPCT, and validate that for AI. Our next course is coming up on November 3rd. We're also going to have a course in December, date to be announced. What we'd like to do is have you register for that class. It's 1 day, 6 hours. Like I said, it's competency based, where it's going to be applied learning, where you're going to learn how to implement the AIF and train others. And it's not going to be a final exam where you have to go back through and answer 20 or 100 questions. Really, in the accelerated class, your track record and your current certifications is the starting point moving forward. So we're going to skip some of the basics because of the background. You already know how to motivate a team, organize a backlog, And it's really going to be on applied learning and demonstrating your ability to implement that framework effectively inside your teams. And for you, by taking the class and getting the digital certification, first, it's going to differentiate you professionally. It's going to give you instant expert status on AI governance. It's going to help you bridge the gap between data science and delivery. And it's going to give you a unique positioning in the market. Also, at the team level, it's going to give you the ability to train AIF practitioners. For instance, if you train 10 practitioners, this could be an extra $3,000 in revenue. Say if you have a couple of engagements, maybe 2 to 3 engagements a year, and you're training team members to get AIF practitioner certified, you could generate another $14,000 in revenue. No extra fee, unlike SAFE, where they charge an extra $10, $15, $20,000 in order to run classes and train others. This is just part of your experience already being certified in those other consulting levels. So we want to encourage you to register for the next class. Once you pre-register, sign a end user license agreement. We'll get you your prep materials. And we have limited cohorts, so we're limiting the groups to 10 to 15, so we can really focus on the quality of the delivery, your competency, and making sure that you're given the attention that you need. So I'm going to thank you. So first, I want to thank you for coming this afternoon.